Welcome everybody. Alex Caragiannides here with BSM Vault. I'm very excited you guys are here. This is our live masterclass. Today's topic is going to be on creating a lead generation blueprint for capturing highly targeted prospects online using Facebook and digital marketing. Now, I do this workshop live all over the country. I kind of split up the regions between the West Coast, San Diego, Central, Denver, and then East Coast, New York. So I rotate pretty much every other month, and I teach this class live. And a lot of the feedback I've been getting is there any way you could record this? So that's what this is. It's a live masterclass. Obviously, I'm recording it, but the tactics and strategies that I'm going to be teaching you here today are literally game changers. And who this is for, just to make sure that whoever's watching this, you're the right person that should be watching this, is really anybody who's a salesperson, anybody who's an entrepreneur, solopreneur. So if you're a loan officer or a producing branch manager for a mortgage company, this is for you. If you're a real estate professional or a broker and you own a big brokerage, this is for you. If you're an insurance agent, this is for you, right? If you're a chiropractor, orthodontist, dentist, you sell solar panels, it doesn't matter. If you're trying to generate leads online and get in front of your target audience and complement your offline business, this is for you. This is a blueprint that should complement your offline business, all right? So let me share with you just a little quick bio on myself for those of you who don't know me. So again, my name is Alex Caragiannides. I was born and raised in Chicago, moved to San Diego in 2002, and started my journey in the mortgage industry as a telemarketer. Now, for those of you who've done telemarketing, I'm pretty sure you can appreciate this. It was rough. Today, knowing what I know today, I know is the best training for me to get started because it taught me the skill set of handling objections, making a lot of calls. We used to make 500 calls a day from a predictive dialer. Back then, there was no rules and regulations like there is today. So you call anybody. So we started on the East Coast and worked our way to the West Coast. I worked, I think, 10-hour days, 6 days a week. And back then I was making a minimum wage. I think it was $8.50, max $9 an hour, right? So I definitely put in my time early on, just pounding the phones. And then I evolved and I became a junior LO, then a loan officer, and I had a beautiful career. I had a 16-year run as a mortgage originator, loan officer. 3 times I was a producing branch manager. I worked for 7 companies in about a 16-year span. So it gave me a lot of really good perspective. The best perspective I got, and what really got me to where I am today and kind of planted the seeds, was around 2012, I believe it was. I was a producing branch manager for the first office in San Diego, a brick and mortar office in San Diego for a company called Veterans United Home Loans. And all we did was serve veterans and active military families. Back then, my coach used to tell me there's riches in the niches, okay? So all I focused on was VA loans, and I served veterans, and I served active military families. And this company gave me my first taste of a mortgage company that focused more on marketing, not more on marketing. They had systems in place for digital marketing. They had a call center in place in Columbia, Missouri. They had online presence. They had branding. They were spending money on ads. I never did any of this stuff before that. So the seed was planted. And what I did was I started searching. I remember the first mastermind group I joined, and don't judge me here, was Ryan Stewman was the gentleman's name, and he had a group called the Hardcore Closer. Okay, I think he's still around. I give him a lot of credit, and I appreciate being in his little ecosystem for the time being that I was in it, because it opened the doors for me. Those doors opened to a new world for me of digital marketing and social media. And then I started searching for other people. Ryan Dice, digital marketer. Garrett J. White, he runs a ecosystem and group called The Warrior Book. Jeremy Haynes. I mean, I could go on and on. Currently, I'm in 7 mastermind groups, right? So 2012, my seed was planted, and then I evolved. 5 years later, I got enough confidence in myself. I got enough confidence in my skill set. I had a lot of case studies, and I decided to open up my own agency, and I did. I opened up BSM Vault. We're a digital marketing and consulting agency. Now, fast forward to today. I don't know when you're watching this webinar. I have offices on the West Coast. I have presence in San Diego, in Denver, in New York, in Florida, in Arizona, in Hawaii, in Oregon. We're spread out. We cater and serve to realtors, loan officers, and insurance agents. That's what we do. That's what we specialize in. I spend about $100,000 a month in Facebook ads. I share this with you just to give you perspective that everything I'm going to share with you is all data driven. None of this is theory. This is stuff that we're doing for our done for you clients. This is stuff that's working across the board in all markets, all industries, right? And it works. So I'm gonna give you a system that you guys can implement in your business to complement your offline. Offline needs to complement online, okay? Married, 3 beautiful children, love living life, love traveling. Now I live in Boulder. I'm in Colorado. This is where my home office is. I can't tell you how happy I am to be around nature and around the mountains. All right, enough of me. Here's what we're going to cover in this workshop. So there's 4 pillars that I want to focus on, okay, for you guys. So pillar number 1 is going to be the digital marketing fundamentals. Where I see a lot of disconnect and where people need to improve on is they don't understand the fundamentals, or they don't have a good grasp on the fundamentals. The fundamentals of digital marketing and social media are everything, right? The basics, the fundamentals. Once you get that in place, everything else after that can easily be improved and you can excel your ROI substantially. The second pillar we're going to focus on is having a strategy, especially with Facebook. But keep this in mind, what we're teaching, or what I'm teaching here today, is relevant in all platforms, right? So Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, in my opinion, everything you're gonna learn today can be used in any one, if not all of those platforms. But you need a strategy. Strategy is everything when it comes to digital marketing and social media. The third pillar we're gonna cover is what kind of ads you should be really running. Everybody starts here. They wanna run ads. And if the ads don't work or get a return, they think that it doesn't work. That's not true. Ads work, but keep this in mind. If you're running 10 ad campaigns, 1 will crush it, 8 won't do well, they'll bomb, and 1 will do okay, and 1 will do okay, right? So keep that in mind. The Facebook ads you should be running, I'm gonna share with you what kind of ads you should be running. I'm gonna break up different campaigns and ad sets for like loan officers, for recruiters, insurance agents, realtors. I'll give you guys a lot of ideas. And if there's other industries that I didn't mention, you guys could just take this training and be creative and really understand what I'm talking about, and you'll be able to deploy your own ad campaigns. I assure you of this. And the fourth and final pillar we're gonna cover is putting it all together, right? Putting this all together and making it flow, and then you guys being confident and comfortable with what you've learned, and then going out there and deploying. I firmly believe this, that the more you learn, the more you understand, the more you apply, the more you're gonna earn. So everything here that you guys are gonna learn today and take notes on and watch again this webinar, understand it, then apply the principles, okay? Then test the data, then apply the principles, then course correct as needed, and I assure you, you're gonna earn more. I promise you that. So let's get to the first one, the fundamentals, right? So here's a lot of people that are missing. Here's a lot of things that people are missing. Start with what you have now. What I mean by that is whatever industry you're in, doesn't matter, you probably have a database of past clients or old prospects, leads, referral partners, whatnot. So what I want you to do is I want you to take that list, which should be saved somewhere, whether it's Excel spreadsheet or a CRM, and I want you to export it to a CSV file. Okay, a CSV file is just another version of an Excel spreadsheet. You're gonna save it as a CSV file. You're gonna save that with first name, last name, email, phone number, as much data as possible of the prospect, past client lead that you have. Then from there, what I want you to do is I want you to take that list and I want you to upload it to Facebook. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. So you're gonna go into Facebook, and the good thing about Facebook is they love when we market to warm audiences. So look, me as a digital marketer, you as whatever industry you're in, doesn't matter, you're wearing your marketing hat right now. So we want to become marketers, and our old data, past clients, referral partners, old leads, is considered a warm audience in Facebook's world. So what you're gonna do is you're going to take all these categories right here, past clients, warm network, past and current leads, referral partners, and you're gonna create a CSV file. You're gonna go into your ads manager on Facebook, like you see here on the screen. You're gonna go under assets, you're gonna click under audiences, you're gonna click custom audience, you're gonna then click customer file, and then you're gonna add customers from your own file, which in this case is gonna be a CSV file. Facebook does a really good job actually of showing you what kind of identifiers, these are called categories or tags on the top of the CSV file they recommend. Bare minimum, you wanna have email, phone number, first name, last name. But if you have more information like the zip code they currently live in, the city, the state, date of birth, year of birth, gender, age, add that to the CSV file as well. Bare minimum though, email, phone number, first name, last name. Then you're gonna press the upload file tab right there. Facebook, again, does a really good job of just walking you through this. You're gonna name your audience, because you always wanna remember who you're gonna be marketing to later on. And then you're gonna upload the file, and boom, now you got a custom audience in Facebook's ecosystem that you could market to, which will obviously cover what you're gonna do with that list later on. Okay, So that's step number one, right? In the fundamental section is you're going to take your warm audience, you're going to take all the categories of different lists that you have, upload it to Facebook. Now Facebook has identified custom audiences for you that you'll be able to target and retarget to later. This is very important. Remember this, Facebook or digital marketing period is all about retargeting and going after a warm audience, not a big wide audience that's cold that everybody's going after. Remember this, there's almost 4 billion active users on Facebook. Almost a quarter of the planet is on Facebook. So you can't just market to cold traffic. It doesn't work that way, especially today, right? Again, I don't know when you're watching this webinar, but everything has evolved and Facebook's making a lot of changes to make it harder for us to get our message in front of our target audience. But don't worry, just become better, right? And understand, Facebook loves warm audiences. That's why we start here, all right? Hope that makes sense. Now let's go into the second section. This one's a big one. Most people don't even know what a pixel is. So we're gonna go ahead and set up your pixel code. So for those of you who don't know what a pixel is, let's say you're on Amazon, right? You're shopping on Amazon and you buy Uggs boots, right? You purchase your Uggs boots, you're done with Amazon, the order's over, you X out of Amazon, right? You minimize it or you X out, and now you're looking on the internet, you're browsing around, you're looking at your Chicago Cubs to see when they're playing later on in the day, or you're checking your emails on Outlook or Yahoo, and all of a sudden you got ads following you everywhere that are Uggs boots. Not Amazon, Uggs boots, because that's directly what you were doing. That's called retargeting. How you were retargeted is there's pixels on every page on Amazon's sites. So you guys have to put a pixel code on every page, right? So write this down. Your landing pages, your website, your IDX pages, all of them have to have your pixel code, which is a free pixel code from Facebook and YouTube, on the header of every page. Very easy to do. Let me walk you guys through it right now. So you're in Facebook right now. First, what I want you guys to do is go to your Google and type in Facebook Pixel Helper. Once you type that in, this is gonna pop up. You're gonna add the Chrome. It's basically an add-on to Chrome, right? It's an extension. You're gonna add it, it's free. Once it's added, it's gonna be on top of your like bookmarks. You'll see it up there. Once that's done, you're gonna go into Facebook, right? You're gonna go under your assets section, just like you did before under audiences. You're gonna click the pixels tab, and you're gonna create your own pixel. Again, Facebook does a really good job of walking you through how to do this. You're gonna name your pixel, because you're gonna eventually have more than one pixel. Once you name it, you're gonna then copy this code. Very easy to do, copy the code. You're gonna then send the code either to your IT master or whoever's managing your website, or if it's you doing it, you're gonna go to the settings tab. Most websites, IDX sites, landing pages, they make it very easy for you to go to the settings tab and install your pixel code. But again, if somebody else is doing this for you, you're just gonna forward the code to them, and then you're gonna install the pixel code. Once the pixel code's installed, you are rocking and rolling at this time. Okay, that's the pixel code. Make sure you guys do what you're supposed to do. Chrome Pixel Helper, get your pixel code, upload it to the header of every page, or send it to your IT or webmaster. They'll handle it from there. Moving on now, we're gonna focus. We're still in the fundamentals. We're gonna focus now on building Facebook pages. Okay, so I'm gonna break this up into 3 different categories. This is relevant for any industry, but I'm just gonna make it easy right now and just give you 3 examples. So if you're a realtor, you wanna have a community page. If you're a loan officer, you wanna have a lifestyle page. And if you're an insurance agent, you wanna have what's called an incognito page, which is neutral. All 3 of these pages are just Facebook business pages. You can have as many as you want. I have over 250 business pages. But the key thing is here is you wanna make them neutral. So again, if you're a realtor, you wanna focus on a digital farm area. You wanna pick an area of zip codes or neighborhoods or cities where you could target 100 or 200,000 homes. That's your digital farm area, and you're gonna build a community page around that. If you're a loan officer, you're probably gonna wanna target the state that you're in, right? Because you could probably do, I used to be a loan officer, so once you're an MLS licensed LO, you're licensed in that entire state or multiple states. So you wanna pick a state and make it more of a lifestyle page, right? And then if you're an insurance agent, for example, I would still do the state, because you could obviously provide policies in the entire state, and I would make it more of an incognito page. For example, Colorado insurance advisors, incognito page. For loan officers, Colorado home advisors, incognito page, like a lifestyle page. Again, I'm just giving you examples, right? Let me show you on the screen what I'm talking about here. You wanna have Facebook business pages that are more neutral, as opposed to like your loan officer page or your realtor page or your insurance company page, right? Again, doesn't matter what industry you're in, just you understand the concepts here. Why? Is because you wanted to make it incognito neutral. They perform. A non-branded page outperforms a branded page 20 to 1. This is not my theory. This is facts. This is data proven, right? Here's an example of a community page, right? You can look at this as an example. I have a lot more examples I could share with you, so I'm just gonna give you guys 3, 4, 5 of them so you guys get the ideas of what they are. Your exercise or your assignment here or homework is go build a couple pages for yourself, because these are the pages that you're gonna be posting on. I'm gonna get to that in a second, and eventually running ads from. Every ad has to be run from a sponsored page. You want that sponsored page to be incognito and neutral because they perform better. Again, 20-to-1 better than a branded page. All right? Hope that makes sense. Okay, now we're gonna get into targeting your cold audience, right? So you already targeted your warm audience, right? You got custom audiences for past clients, old leads, referral partners, you uploaded it, you created your pixel, you got pixel codes on everything. You have your Facebook business pages, whether it's an incognito neutral page or a lifestyle page or a community page, all that's set up. Now we wanna target a cold audience, right? So anybody, any industry you're in, you do want to go after a cold audience, but you want to warm them up. You're not just going to try to generate leads from cold people. It's like trying to send a list of like 1,000 people an email. You don't know who they are. You got a list of 1,000 people, or worse, 10,000 people, and then you send them an email. That's called spamming. Nobody wants to be spammed. They don't know who you are. So before you spam somebody, especially on Facebook, you got to warm them up. But we still want to target cold people. So this is how we're going to do it. You're going to identify the area you're going to focus on. What's cool about Facebook still today, I don't care how many changes they made or continue to make, they still allow you to have really good options as far as targeting people. Remember this, Facebook is just algorithms, just data and algorithms. They have data on everybody and they have algorithms. 95% of Facebook is run by algorithms, 5% is overseen by human beings, okay? So we wanna target areas. So if you're in Tampa, Florida, for example, you're gonna target Tampa, Florida, right? Obviously you see here on the right side, there's 930,000 people that's reaching. It's too many people. We don't wanna go after 1 million people. Our ads aren't gonna be seen by that many people, so 1 million is way too much. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna then start categorizing based on interest, behaviors, and demographics. So this is an example. If you're a realtor, this is your core 6 interests you always wanna go after. Even if you're a loan officer, and I'd say even an insurance agent, these are the main 6 anyways, because if you're an insurance agent, you wanna work with people that are buying a house or refi so you can update their policy or give them a new policy. If you're a loan officer, obviously you wanna help somebody get a loan if they're buying, or if they're refining, you wanna help them get a loan. And obviously if you're a realtor, you wanna help somebody who's buying and selling. So interests, these are your core 6. Somebody that's interested in Redfin, Zillow, Trulia, Homes.com, Realtor.com, real estate is probably a good candidate for you if you fall into one of those industries that I just mentioned. Also, interests that have marriage and parenting and motherhood and fatherhood and home improvement could probably benefit from you as well. Again, doesn't matter what industry you're in, find out what interests meet your perfect avatar. Now you're targeting those people. So let's do a quick recap. You're picking the city and state that you're in. That's number 1. And number 2, you're narrowing down the audience size based on interests and behaviors, okay? Once you do that, you'll have your own cold audience. You can start now marketing to, but warming them up. You're not gonna try to generate leads from them. You're not trying to get them to do anything. You're gonna send them posts, which I'll cover here in the next module. Basic targeting. Let the algorithms in Facebook work for you. Let Facebook do its job. Very, very simple from there. All right? Okay, let's get down now to the second pillar, which is your Facebook strategy. This is very important. We covered the fundamentals. Now it's about having a strategy. So the fundamentals mean you have them in place, right? You have your incognito pages or your lifestyle pages, your pixel codes are set up, you got your warm audiences, right? You got your cold audiences. All that is set up. That's the fundamentals, okay? Now we need a strategy, right? So the strategy is everything that we do has to have something that, like a methodology behind it or a strategy behind it. So what is the best way to leverage Facebook's algorithms? You can't just guess here. You can't just run ads. That's why you need a strategy. So the best way to leverage Facebook's algorithm is to get a lot of reach and a lot of engagement. I repeat, a lot of reach on your pages. This is your community pages, your lifestyle pages, your incognito pages, and a lot of engagement. Engagement's key here. So how do we do that? And why do we do that? We do that, number 1, because we want to make Facebook happy. You make Facebook happy by hitting certain KPIs. They're called key performance indicators. The number 1 key performance indicators, there's 2 that you want to concentrate on, okay? It's right here on your screen, is you want your page, again, lifestyle page, community page, incognito page, doesn't matter. You want your page to reach at least 10,000 people per week, minimum. 10,000 people reach per week, minimum. And then you want that same page to engage with 1,000 people per week, minimum. Engage 1,000 people per week. That's how you get Facebook happy. Once you make Facebook happy, now everything starts transferring and transitioning to work more in your favor. Remember, Facebook gets paid by clicks. They don't get paid just because you run ads. Let's say you spend $1,000 a month on ads on Facebook. They don't care. That $1,000 on a month on ads only makes more sense to Facebook if people are clicking because they get paid on clicks. They can actually make more money than $1,000 by getting more people to click your ad. So that's what they care about. So the more reach you have and the more engagement you have, the more your ROI is going to be better, return on investment, when you start running ads, because Facebook is going to take your ad, which is basically billboards, and put it in front of your target audience way more than it will other people. All right? So how do we get reach? Very easy. You got to post a lot. And I mean post a lot. People always get shocked when I show this image right here. So this is our scheduling. This is our scheduling kind of like routine, right? So we use a 4-hour, every 4-hour system, and we post every 4 hours, 4 a.m., 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., 8 p.m., and then midnight. It's not too much, I assure you this. As long as your content is relevant to your target audience, it's not too much. Remember, there's over 2 billion active users, billions of posts a day. As long as your content, I repeat, is relevant to your target audience, this is not too much. Everything you see here in black is more broad posts. RSS feeds, third-party articles, curated articles, right? Content that somebody else wrote, you could share. Everything in red is localized. Again, fill in the blanks for your industry. This is more for like loan officers and realtors, what you're looking at as far as the posting schedule, but you get the idea, right? Whatever industry you're in, have an article that's catered to that industry. Local photos, local images, community spotlight videos, market update videos, that's the stuff you should be doing in red. The black gets the reach, the red gets the engagement, okay? Now, you wanna give value to your audience. Curated content is great. You don't have to have original content every time. You could copy somebody else's or share somebody else's article. There's a lot of experts out there right now. Today, more than ever, it's easier to get really good content for your audience. Local content is key here. Whatever area you're in, whatever industry you're in, become the expert of that space and put out local content, put out original content. Do community and business spotlight videos. This is a video, right? You want to be doing weekly videos, community spotlight videos, business spotlight videos. Every week you want to be doing a video and put it out to your audience. Market updates. I don't care what industry you're in, you should be updating your audience at least once a month, right? If you're a loan officer, update your audience on why the rates are high or rates are low. If you're a realtor, update your audience on the market, on properties, right? On inventory. If you're in the insurance industry, update the market on what's going on that's new with auto loans and home and renters and business insurance, right? You get the idea, right? But you want to update your market. You become the expert and the authority of your space, not somebody else. Get the idea? Consistency is key here. We use a lot of different softwares. One I highly recommend for everybody is called Meet Edgar. Very inexpensive, it's like $40 a month. But I love the fact that it allows you to schedule posts, it allows you to hook up RSS feeds from different websites all over the world, right? Different websites that you think are important for your audience. You could connect that website to Meet Edgar. RSS feed will now populate all the posts for you. Then you can schedule them out after you approve them. Connect all kinds of accounts. You connect your Instagram account, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your personal page. You can connect up to 25 accounts on this product, Meet Edgar. So it's a no-brainer. You got different category lists. Here on the screen, you can see articles, general kind of tips, home tips, quotes, questions, home tours, remodel designs, surveys. You're only limited by your imagination, and whatever industry you're in, cater to the audience, give them the information they want, create different kinds of categories. You upload your posts in these categories, and then based on your schedule, they'll be deployed. Meet Edgar's a fantastic product, right? Very inexpensive. RSS feeds, I mentioned that. That's how you could get curated content. Keeping Current Matters, for those of you who are in the lending and real estate industry, Keeping Current Matters, KCM, Steve Harvey, I've been following this guy for years. I think he's been in the game for about 40 years. It's a no-brainer, just a site you could get access to. I think it's $20 a month. Great articles, great content. If you're on the loan officer side, realtor side, insurance side, this is a no-brainer. Any other industry you're in, you probably have access to sites like this to get information and content you can share with your audience, right? That's all that is. Okay, so to recap, right? We cover 2 pillars, very important pillars. 1 is the fundamentals, and 2 is the strategy, right? Fundamentals, strategy. Once you got that in place, now it's time to have some fun, okay? Because I love running ads. I don't even run ads anymore. I have my team that's spread out all over the country that runs ads. We run almost 500 ads a week total, right, with all our clients. But I love the art and science behind running ads. And You don't want to run ads unless you hit these KPIs. If you don't hit these KPIs right here, 10,000 people reached per week and 1,000 people engaged per week, you're not ready to run ads. I assure you of this. You want an ROI, right? You don't want to just spend money, because what's going to happen is if you're going to spend money, call it $500 a month, 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month, right? You're not going to get the ROI you want, and then you're going to stop. And the problem with that is you don't have what's called the long-term exponential growth that you're going to gain from digital marketing, because everything about digital marketing is about retargeting. You run ads to get data, then you retarget that data, and then you make them an offer. And some of those people become good leads that convert to prospects, hopefully deals. Some will not, but then you retarget again, right? So everything's based on data. That's why reach and engagement is so important. So let's assume you're reaching 10,000 people or more. By the way, my record for one of my clients for a reach in a week, for those of you who think 10,000 might be too much, I assure you it's not. My record for 1 week, which is actually this year, 2019, was 268,000 people reached in 1 week. That's the power, right, of running ads strategically the right way, organic posts with paid advertising. 260,000 plus people reached per week, right? 250,000 people reached per week. Are your campaigns reaching 250,000 people per week? I assure you, probably not if you're not doing this system. Now, you don't need to reach 260,000 people every single week, but you need to reach a minimum of 10,000 people per week on your digital marketing efforts, and then have 1,000 people engaged per week. So let's assume those numbers are being hit. Great. Now you run ads. I would separate this into 3 different funnels. 3 different funnels. Funnel 1, funnel 2, funnel 3. And these are all different ads in each funnel. And you'll get the idea of what I'm talking about here as you progress and learn and get better. Funnel number 1 is you want to target all your past clients. Past clients, right? That's why we created custom audiences in the beginning, in the fundamental section, right? Past clients, you want them to see you in their news feed at least on a weekly basis. So that's funnel number 1, past clients. Funnel number 2, you want to target your referral partners, business people. There's a concept called out there called the Dream 100 list, right? The Dream 100 strategy. It's a great concept. The late Chet Holmes, C-H-E-T Holmes, H-O-L-M-E-S. He passed away a couple years ago, but I still study his teachings. He has a book called The Ultimate Sales Machine, and he has a concept called the Dream 100 list. So let's just say your Dream 100 list is a combination of all your referral partners and your business contacts. That should be funnel number 2. They should see you in their news feeds at least once or twice a week. And then funnel number 3 is direct to market. So consumer direct, digital marketing, we're lead genning. If you're a realtor, you're trying to generate buyers and sellers. If you're a loan officer, you're trying to generate loan applications. If you're an insurance agent, you're trying to generate policy applications, right, or quotes. That's direct to market. All 3 funnels should be running concurrently. All 3 funnels. All 3 funnels should be running concurrently. That's how you have a lead generation blueprint and a machine in place. All right, let's call your database. Make sure you call them at least 4 times a year. There's systems and technology that you could automate this. For those of you who have not heard or don't know, there's a company out there called Agent Legend, agentlegend.com. I would highly recommend you look them up. I would highly recommend you incorporate and integrate Agent Legend with everything we're teaching here today, because you could automate a lot of the voicemails, the text, the emails, the video links with Agent Legend, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna set up Agent Legend. Let's say you were using it this way, or you're gonna manually call everybody and you're gonna send them a text and an email once a quarter. You're gonna have a script, it's right here. You guys can save this. You're gonna run your ads. These ads aren't call to action ads or lead gen ads. These ads are just like testimonial and success story ads. Again, doesn't matter what industry you're in, replace your industry or your message that caters to your industry and your audience. And now you're gonna send this ad to your past clients, that's funnel number 1, your referral partners or business contacts, AKA Dream 100 list, that's funnel number 2, and then consumer direct, that's funnel number 3. Easy ads to run concurrently, all 3 together, and you run these indefinitely, you will get traction, you will get people to opt in. Basic ads. If you're a realtor, this is a good ad to run right here. Now you want to have a marketing calendar. Most people I talk to all over the country don't even have a marketing calendar in place, like an editorial calendar of what you're going to send out, right? Emails, texts, Facebook message, video, postcards, right? When you're going to do it. You want to have this in place at least 2 weeks before the other month coming up, comes up, right? So you want to have that in place. So out here on the screen, I have some basic stuff that you should be doing. Very basic stuff. But again, the basics and the fundamentals are everything here. This is an example of a couple ads you should be running. Again, I'm gonna give you some examples of ad copy, right? You should be running a like campaign, a like and follow campaign to get engagement to your page. This is an example, a great one. You should be running coming soon properties if you're a realtor, listing alert properties, open house alert properties, just sold. If you're a loan officer, you should be running employee campaigns or niching at reverse mortgages or VA. If you're an insurance agent, you should be doing raffles and giveaways and targeting employees. If you're recruiting, right, you should be running recruiting ads. There's a lot of easy ads to run to get the objective of whatever it is you're trying to get handled on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Again, these are just examples right here. Okay, we're at the last pillar now, which is putting it all together. So quick recap. Fundamentals, your strategy, kind of ads you should be running on Facebook. Now let's put it all together, all right? Putting it all together, and let me start out by sharing this, the secret to high quality leads and closing. You know what the secret is? You know what the secret is? Making it harder for the lead to get into your inbox, not easier. Making it harder, not easier, right? You'd rather have quality prospects as opposed to quantity, not good prospects, right? We want the quantity, we want the leads so we can retarget them, but we want quality conversations with your team. You want quality conversations with your team. So make it harder for them to get in your inbox, not easier. How do you do that? You concentrate on the 5 phases right here on the screen, right? We covered really the 4 pillars, right? We covered the main pillars. Now we're putting it all together. But here's the reality. You want to have your foundation in place. You want to have your brand awareness, content, and reach in place. You want to have your marketing and engagement in place, nurture and full throttle lead generation in place, and then growth and acceleration. That's your 5 phases right there to lead generation. The only 4 things that matter, my friends, is brand awareness, plus reach, plus engagement, plus consistency. What that does is that equals opportunities. It's the only 4 things that matter. I don't care what industry you're in. You want to have brand awareness, it's called social branding. You want to have reach, you want to have engagement, and you want to be consistent. You do all 4, consistently, all 4, you got opportunities, okay? Compound communication systems, you want to compound with everybody, you want to reach out to everybody within 5 minutes or less immediately. You want to send out voice messages, text messages, emails, video links. You want to have this set up and automatic. That's why I recommend Agent Legend or a version of Agent Legend. Here's just an example of just like a 60-day process of following up, and then it goes pretty much recurring every week for life until they opt out. Here's examples of real results that we're having right now within our agency. These are great results: 38% response rate, 63, 48, 57, et cetera, et cetera. This is a case study of what we did last month. Last month we generated as a company almost 11,000 leads. Of those 11,000 leads, 4,700 plus responded. That's a 42% response rate. That's fantastic. It took an average of 5.1 messages, though, sent before we got 1 response, right? So the magic is in the automation of the follow-up, right? The follow-up. The magic really begins after the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th follow-up. That's when people start talking back to you. Retargeting now. This is how we're going to put it all together. Everything you've done and why the reach and the engagement is so important is because that data we can now retarget. All those people you reach, let's say you reach 10,000 people a week, which is 40,000 a month. All those people that are engaging, 1,000 people a week, which is 4,000 a month, you can now retarget those people. And now it becomes a warm audience, custom audience. Instead of doing the customer file on the screen, you do the website traffic. Now you got an audience. Here's your old one-step funnel. So I assure you of this, 99% of my competition as an agency owner runs this funnel right now, right? Old school funnel. Almost 100% of your competition, I don't care what industry you're in, if they're marketing online, they run this funnel. They have a little targeting of an audience, very, very basic, cold audience. They run an ad, they give them an offer, they think they have a lead. They do have a lead. How many of those leads they even talk to? Most leads online suck if you run this funnel. Here's the new funnel right now. This is what we specialize in. I can't even show you step 6 and 7, it doesn't even fit on the screen. Target the audience, remember, warm audience, cold audience, retargeting audience, right? You remember that, I covered that in all the pillars. You, step 1, give them some value, right? This is value. I'm doing a webinar, it's a video. You guys give value, webinar, video, PDFs, you give value. People opt in. What you do then is you retarget those people. Once you retarget those people, it becomes a warm audience. Then you qualify, send them a qualifying offer, have them opt in, have them fill out a Facebook lead ad form or a survey gizmo or some kind of offer. Then you have an automated conversion, AKA Agent Legend, right? Then you retarget them again, now you have a prospect. If you guys just take one thing away from this masterclass today, this slide right here will make you guys a lot of money. This is the slide that you want to focus on. This is how you want to do your funnels. This is how you want to generate leads online. This is an example of qualifying offers. This is used through Survey Gizmo. This is one of our mortgage clients, very simple. Just go through the process. They have to answer these questions. Once they answer all these questions, they become a lead for our clients. Basically it's a prospect at this point because they went through about 10 questions. Remember what I said earlier, make it harder for the lead to get their inbox, not easier. Here's another version using chatbot. People love having conversations with robot. They don't want to talk to anybody that's human. They don't want any interaction, not yet at least. So you use chatbot, which is connected to Facebook Messenger. Here's some examples, some questions. Again, this is the flow. It's very easy to do. It looks complicated, it's very easy to do. Okay, intelligent funnel, that's what I want you guys to focus on. All right, in closing, remember this, the speed of implementation and taking daily consistent action is the number one determining factor of your success. I repeat, the speed of implementation and taking daily consistent action is the number one determining factor of your success. This is probably not the first webinar you've watched. It's probably not the first training video you've watched. You probably have gone to multiple live workshops, and I recommend that. I do the same thing, but the key difference in your success from you not being successful and you being successful from learning anything that you learned here today is implementation. The speed to implement is the number one key to your success. So implement. And remember this also. Remember this. Imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. Imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. In closing, I just want to tell you guys thank you. I know it's not easy to make time to even watch these webinars. It's about a 35 to 45 minute webinar. It says a lot about you for making the time. But here, moving forward, what I want you to do, remember, the more you learn, understand, and apply, the more you earn. So download the PowerPoint slides. There's a link below where you can download this PowerPoint. There's about 95 slides. So that way, review the slides while you watch the video again over and over. Take notes, implement, take action, right? Don't worry about being perfect here. Imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. And reach out to me if you have any questions. My team and I, this is what we do. We run a digital marketing consulting agency. We cater to serving our clients and doing everything for them, right? But also there's a lot of people that just come to us for advice, for questions, for collaboration. So anything you need, reach out to me. All my info is below. And again, thanks for joining the masterclass. Appreciate you guys making the time and take action. All the best. Best of success. See ya.